East Broad Fest, and over 10,000 people went to it over the weekend last year. This year, one of their headliners is the lovely Ray Quinn, he of Brookside and Dancing on Ice and X Factor fame. I had a chat to him earlier on today.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah, really good. Thank you.
Do you know, as a TV viewer, and I love me telly, it feels like I've known you all my life.
Yeah, some people come up to me and they're like, how are you? I go, oh, hello. People have got that similar feeling, so yeah, it's funny.
How old were you when you got your break on Brookside?
8.
Gosh.
Yeah, I was a baby. Yeah.
I mean,
even on X Factor, I was a baby. That was a long time ago now as well.
It's true. I don't know where all the years have gone because, I mean, on Brookside, it was a really groundbreaking soap. It tackled a lot of issues ahead of the rest. What was it like being part of that aged 8? Gosh.
Oh, yeah, it was fantastic for me. Well, it was my first job, so life experience really straight away, you know, with all great actors and stuff and soap awards and living that little lifestyle, and yet I was still in school. But it was good, you know, really enjoyed it, and it set me up for a lot of decision making and a lot of experience I've had in the future, like especially with X Factor and Dancing on Ice and the pressures of sort of showing up and doing the job properly, and like having to cry on screen. It's all pressures and you know the terms of the job, but I've got to learn to get a thick skin and deal with it, you know. Totally.
And I mean, towards the end of your time on Brookside, your character was involved in a really hard-hitting storyline. It was a bullying storyline, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah. The first time I came in for a meeting with them, they said, we want to do a storyline. It's about bullying. I was like, oh, that's fantastic. And then they said, it's by a girl. I was like, oh, I'm never going to live this down in school, but... No, I went with it as an opportunity because I love hard work, and I like being focused. So yeah, it was great for me as a kid to just get stuck in, you know, and try and prove myself as an actor. But yeah, I loved it. Again, a great storyline, a lot of hard work, but we did it.
You're a brilliant child actor, actually, and it was a really gritty storyline towards the end, and it became quite dark, didn't it? But I mean,
I won an award for it actually in the Soap Awards, and there was no child awards or younger actor. It was best dramatic performance, and it was I was up against Dean Sullivan and a lot of great actors, and I ended up winning it.
Wow! And
I was only 10 or 11.
So had you had training before that, Ray? Were you one of these kids that perhaps went to dancing and singing lessons on a Saturday, that kind of thing?
I never had I was dancing all the time, at school and theatre schools and whatnot, and the odd sort of drama class, which would be like improvisations and just your usual Saturday dance school lessons, you know. But I never had acting or elocution lessons or anything like that. I just got lucky really and found that I could sort of act.
So what you've got really is a real natural innate flair for entertainment, whether that's dancing or singing or acting. But you've also you work damn hard though, don't you? You really do.
Yeah, do you know, I've been lucky enough to have a lot of variety in my career so far, doing all different types of things that I've, had to dabble in, ice skating and singing and, and acting and dancing and performing in the West End and whatever. I never lost focus on the music and what I love the most, and I love performing. And I've got a great manager who's behind me 100%, and we've just pursued the music, and that's all that I'm doing. I've obviously got stuff that I've been booked in from last year and whatever, but now it's all about the music and the performing, and I've just got back from New York City recording my new album, so
wow.
Really excited.
When will we get to hear that?
Well, I'm hoping to get the single out before Christmas, and then the album sort of would be next year, which gives me plenty of time to get because I want it to be a great album. I don't want it to just be good. I want it to be great. And I've got an amazing producer called David Fink out in New York, and he's just finished doing George Michael's album.
Gosh. What style is it, Ray? How would you describe the style and the feel of the album?
You know what? It's staying along the swing lines, but I'm taking songs that you wouldn't necessarily recognise first off, but you'd heard it somewhere. Like if I told you the title, you wouldn't know it. And then you start playing it and you go, I like this song because it's recognisable, but you don't know where it's from or who sang it before, because I'm trying to make a signature sound.
She gets too hungry for dinner at 8.
I'm starving.
Stage, including Ray Quinn. We've already heard part one of my chat where we talked about his time on Brookside. We talked about some more of his career, his time on the X Factor, for example. The first time we got to hear you sing, and because all we'd done is seen you in Brookside pretty much, is when you entered the X Factor in 2006. Is it difficult when you've already been a big name on the telly to go into a reality show like that? Because as it happened, I mean, you ended up in the final with Leona Lewis. It was probably the biggest year that the programme's ever had, and you shone. You were supremely confident, really good at what you did. But was that quite difficult to step into a reality show after being in Brookie?
No, I don't know. It was because I thought Brookside was a lucky chance for me, really, when I was a kid. But performing and singing is what I'd always wanted to do. And I just thought, to be honest, I was meant to go 2 years prior to that, or a year prior to that, and I didn't go because I wasn't old enough or whatever. We were sent off for a form, and I weren't going to go. And my dad was like, "You've got another one through the door here, son. It's a bit of an omen, that, you know."
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, no, I was washing. I just passed my test, had a little Ford Fiesta, and I was washing my little car. I was going to college. I was just loving being young and not, whatever. And anyway, I got another one through the door, and my dad went, "That's free, that, we've only sent off for one. That's weird." So I was like, "I'll just do it." Took a chance and look back, really.
Did incredibly well, yeah.
But the reality side of it, like the pressures of going out and singing and stuff, I was used to that because I've been doing shows in college and shows in the theatre school all my life. So it was just on obviously a bigger scale, but I was prepared for sure, Do
you think that Saturday night platform, because millions of viewers every week watching that, did it actually open doors for you? Because I know you went on to play Danny Zuko in the West End musical Grease, which is a part that was actually made for you. But did that, open people's eyes and make them go, God, he can really sing?
Yeah, it was definitely a platform for me. I loved it. It was hard work, a lot of pressure every week going out and singing. But I was only young. I didn't know a lot about the industry. I just took a chance like I did before, and it served me well over the last sort of 8 years, 9 years, or however long it's been. And that, I got an album out of it. I've got some great shows under my belt. But I never lost focus on the music, and I sat down with my manager and we were like, what's the next thing? What do I want to do actually for the rest of my life? And it was always performing and music, and we figured out a sound, what we wanted. We got a great producer, and I'm, as I say, recording the album. I don't think people are expecting the sound that I'm going to give. I've got a feeling the music, never mind the voice, whatever, but the actual music and the style of which it's been produced by David, it's going to blow people away. It really is.
I can't wait to hear it.
Fantastic few tracks, and I'm just trying to get like a swing jazz feel, but appeal to a younger audience, because a lot of people who do the swing and jazz stuff are the likes of Rod and Robbie Williams and that type of, and Michael Bublé. They're all over 40. I think.
How old are you, Ray? How old are you now?
And I'm 26.
He's still only 26, and you've done something. And the thing about it is, because you've always stayed in the public eye, because you've been part of programmes that young people love, like, for example, Dancing on Ice, then I think you're going to crack it, because I was a guest judge on the Ice panel for the live shows when they came to Birmingham. And I gave you a 6, actually. And
did you?
Up close, I mean, it's even more astonishing what you do on the ice than it is on the telly. You're like a pro skater. Had you done any skating before?
No, not really. I mean, when you're a kid, I lived in Liverpool, brought up and raised there, and the only ice skating rink that I had when I was younger was B-side, and that was like near Wales. So, you can only get to there, I don't know, once, twice a year maybe, and you can't practice on that. So I took a chance and wanted a challenge, and the opportunity that arose, I just thought, well, just do it. See how I get on.
I think your hard work ethic is going to be, you're going to be a great dad role model, aren't you, really? Because you've got a little one now, haven't you?
I've got a little boy, yeah. I'm really proud of my son. Although at the minute I'm dedicating my whole life to the music, and like as I say, I try and get away the quality time that I can with Emma and Harry. But I've got a great supportive family who are behind me on this, because I'd like to give him a good quality of life.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
But I'm just so focused and dedicated to the music now, doing best not to let it fail. But if it does, and I keep working, doing other stuff, great. But at least I'll always look back and go, well, I never compromised on quality. I've got a great manager, a great team of people, a fantastic producer, great music, and all I can do is just pursue my dream, really, and what I want.
My house in Budapest, my
Part of my chat with Ray Quinn, he of Dancing on Ice and X Factor and Brookside fame, who is coming to Broadfest in Broadway on Saturday. I think, Ray Quinn, if you could bottle what you've got and everybody at every primary school round the country had a little sip of it, we'd all grow up with our glasses half full, and that's a great place to be because it served you well, and add that with the hard work and the talent that you have. And,
it's very kind of you to say all that.
It's true, mate. I wish you well with the album. Will we get a sneaky preview of it at Broadfest? Because you're coming to Broadfest this weekend, and are we going to get to hear some of it?
Well, I can't release any of it yet because I'm just in talks at the minute with some record labels just to see whether, just to see what they want to do and whatever. So I'd say it's a bit hush-hush at the minute as far as the sound goes, but I'm sure you'll hear it soon enough. But what I'm going to be doing at the Broadfest is singing, a couple of the old stuff that I did on the first album, just to give people a taster again that, I am out there, I'm singing again, and just trying to get out there to be a creditable artist, and performer. So I'm looking forward to the Broadfest. A really good friend of mine, Gary Thompson, and he got me the gig, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard really great things about it, so I can't wait to meet the audience and sing for them. But what I will, my pre-album tour is coming up, which starts in September.
Oh yeah, are you coming to the Midlands?
I'm going to be playing a lot of big. Do you know what I've got? It's all on my website. All my gigs are all over the country. A lot of them sort of up north and whatever. I'm going to be playing the Cavern in Liverpool.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to be playing some really nice gigs, and you're going to be able to hear. I've got a small band, and you're going to be able to hear some of the exclusive tracks from the album, some original too. So, and some acoustic stuff. So. Yeah, it starts in September, but all my info is on the website, which is rayquinn.co.uk. Yeah, I'll be singing all the old stuff at the Broadfest, but it'll still be a lot of fun, I'm sure. And as I say, come see me on tour if you want to see more of it,
Lovely. Have you been to Broadway in Worcestershire before?
Do you know what? I'm sure I have. I was chatting with Gary the other day, and I said, I'm sure I've been there. And he was like, yeah, you have, definitely you have. I've been to so many places and performed.
I'm sure.
So many gigs back and forth, but... I'm sure when I get there, I'll recognise it. I'm looking forward to meeting the people again.
It's quite distinctive. It's a lovely part of the world. And last year at the festival, there were like 10,000 people attended over the whole weekend. So on Saturday, I'm sure you're going to pull a big crowd, and fingers crossed for the weather for you as well. What time are you performing on Saturday, Ray? Do you know? I
think it's around 8 o'clock, but I'll be around on campus, if you like, around 6 o'clock-ish. I'm going to get there for... I think I've got a quick meet and greet with some VIP guests and competition winners and stuff, and I'll show my face, and then I'll perform around 8:30ish.
Lovely.
For a good half an hour or so, if not more.
And I'm going to have to ask you, considering you ended up, all of the team, apart from one or two on Dancing on Ice, they had to indulge in the fake tan. Have you left that behind now, or is that something you've continued?
Oh, I love that fake tan. I wish I could keep it up. You know what? I'd wear it all the time.
Why not? Yeah, totally.
Well, why not? You can be tanned and not look orange.
Of course you can. It's just getting the balance right, isn't it?
You know what? I loved it on that show. And the weekend I had my top off.
I think everybody else loved that as well, to be fair. Well, you are the champion of champions.
I worked damn hard in the gym to get that body, I tell you.
Well, it was worth every minute.
But because it is hard work, eating well and looking after yourself, it's another job.
Yeah, of course it is, yeah.
But yeah, the week that I had my top off, they tanned me the night before, like the week before, or the Friday, before the show. And it wasn't enough. I had to go back a double dip.
I bet your wife was loving it. I bet you're wrecking the bed sheets, weren't you?
I was, yeah. I had the brown sheets all over, orange tan all over the sheet.
Fantastic.
And we just bought nice new stuff as well, but I completely ruined it.
Charming, but she still loves you. I tell you what, it's been smashing talking to you. Once you have got the album out, will you come back and tell us about it? Maybe we can get to play some tracks, yeah?
100%.
Promise?
Yeah. I promise.
All right,
100%.
Fantastic. Look forward to speaking to you then, and have a great time in Broadway at Broadfest on Saturday. Ray Quinn, thank you.
Nice one. Cheers, love.